Mongoose Jake here, and with me, I have the Buzz Bee Interceptor. Now, what is the Interceptor? Let's cut right to it. It is a pump action springer that has a detachable stock, comes with a detachable scope, also comes with the new little Buzz Bee rail adapter. You can slide this thing on and then add a variety of attachments from, say, Nerf, like, say, a shield. If you play a game type where shields and guns don't count as hits, or let me turn around here. Oh, maybe you're like me. Maybe you do nighttime and you want to have a flashlight. Get a little bit tactical at night. But we actually do play some here and there at night, and hey, for me at least, this little rail adapter is fantastic for that. Just for the fact that I can actually throw a Nerf light without having to tape it on to the side of the gun or anything. But you get the rail adapter, the scope, the detachable stock, and I already got one magazine in the gun. You get a second. And of course, every gun comes with darts. Buzz Bee throws 30 of their new long distance darts in there. Now, I'll get around to doing a video on this later. I like to get lots and lots of testing in on darts, especially. I want to use them in a whole bunch of guns, and I want to get them through at least 4, 5, 6 Nerf wars of various types. I've used them only in a couple so far, about 2 or 3 humans versus zombies games, and as of now, I'll just say that my feelings on these are very mixed. But regardless, I'm not reviewing the darts now, reviewing the gun, and in the package for under $20 retail price. At my local Kmart where I picked this up, it was a retail price of $19.95 for the gun, 2 magazines, the scope, the stock, 30 darts. We can't get Nerf to give any more than to fill the gun once anymore. If the gun holds 10, like these magazines do, it says 10 right on it, they'd give you 10 darts. Buzz Bee gives you triple, which is nice. Now on to that. On from that, you got a $20 or slightly under gun with a whole slew of stuff with it. Fantastic. If the gun doesn't perform, what's it worth? Now, getting to the gun itself, it is a pump action with a very nice foregrip. Pump action springer. Uses what looks to be, I have had this fully tore down and went all through it. I'm not going to say absolutely, but I'm pretty comfortable saying that's a Retaliator Spring inside of this thing. It looks to be a stock Retaliator Spring. It's kind of on the thin side, so I don't know what its weight resistance would be, but that thing looks to be identical. I'm saying it looks to be. I'm not going to be putting out a claim that it is, but I do believe I can order an Orange Modworks Retaliator Spring and throw it in here. And I'll probably give one a try down the road at some point just to see if it's true. I don't feel like I need to right away though, and I'll get to that in the range test and in my final opinions. But just going over the gun itself, I'm going to show you, I am a former middle linebacker. I am not the tallest guy, but I am a fairly good sized guy. I'm 5'10". The stock's a little on the short side, but if you can see this fully on camera, this is a comfortable sized weapon. I mean, it's a little short here. The little attachment stock is a little on the small side, but when it comes to dart blasters, this one feels right at home, shouldered up with me as an adult. And I'll get to a little bit more on my feeling of the stock in the final opinion, but hey, it is detachable. Nice little attachment point. It locks in with a hole on the bottom end there. I don't know if that could be spotted on camera from that far, but it has just a little notch, locks in, a little pivoting lever, slide it in nice. It's secure enough you can actually sling it from that. Now, onto the pump grip. It's got a nice indentation for 3 fingers to easily grab it. Nice smooth action. Ambidextrous mag release there, and it is a magazine. And nice comfortable mag well. Got a little more on that mag well later. And a very long Buzz Bee tack rail on top. comes with 2 10-round magazines. Of course, could accept others. Buzz Bee themselves has the yellow 20 that stick way out. Now, I will go on to show you some firing in the form of range tests, and I'll actually put it through some paces with a few dart types on my actual target. So I will show you that, and then we'll come back to my final evaluation, give you some opinions, and a little trick I learned. But I'll see you back here in a little bit. Okay, out here with the Buzz Bee Interceptor, and I'm going to do some range tests. I'll fire 10 shots with the new blue darts with the yellow tips. That's the long distance dart. And I'll also fire 10 shots out of the Precise Pro. That's the red with black tip, new special design. Now, I will fire the 10 long distance darts first, then the 10 Precise Pro, and then I'll actually take a walk with the camera and let you put your eyes on it. And as usual, if you've seen any of my other videos, I have a 100-foot tape stretched out with the orange cones set at 25-foot intervals. Now here we go with 10 shots of the long distance darts. I am firing at a slight angle, about you'd say 10-15 degrees. And as you can see, there is zero consistency out of the long distance darts. And again, a slight angle out of the Precise Pro. Bit more consistency on these. And that's all 20 shots. I'll take the magazine out and we'll go have a look. Walking down the line, we've already passed 25 feet, no dart spotted. Coming up to the 50-foot mark, got a long distance dart, and standing at the 25 or the 50-foot cone right there, that is dead even, our first Precise Pro, and that is at 53 feet. Continuing on, we got a Precise Pro, a long distance dart, around about 57 feet, a couple of Precise Pros, and long distance darts sitting at 62 feet. And that one is about as accurate of a measurement as you can be. It's right on the tape at 65, Precise Pro. Looking at a couple more Precise Pros in between the 68 and the 69 foot mark. Got a couple Precise Pros off to the left here at 74 feet. Got one Precise Pro sitting almost dead on it, about 76 feet and 3 inches or so. Now the long distance starts. This is where they're starting to actually get their namesake here. It looks like we got, that is not actually, that's a cut up dart. It's like a Nerf Elite that met its fate at the blades of a mower. Got one here, one straight over, looking at 84 feet. And if I look up, at about 83 feet. And again, further over, if you can see it right here, that is actually a long distance dart that fired about 15 feet off the tape. That was again right there in the 80s. And if you can see there and way over there are a couple of Buzz Bee long distance darts that pushed all the way out to 94 feet. So we're not quite at the 100-foot cone, but as you can see here, with about a 10-degree angle or so on my firing, we do have a long of 94 feet. I'm just going to put the camera straight up, and that over there is a long distance dart at the 94-foot mark, and this is into a slight wind. So that 100-foot mark is not unrealistic. Now I'm going to collect these darts, and we'll do a little bit of firing at some paper targets, just for the heck of it. And then we'll head back into the shop. Okay, here we are going to do a little target shooting to show a demonstration of the Interceptor firing 4 of the main types of darts. We've got, of course, first magazine full will be of the Buzz Bee long distance darts. These are the blue with yellow tip.
Then we got Nerf Elites. I'm using the modulus color scheme. That's orange with white tips. And then Nerf AccuStrikes, followed up by Buzz Bee Precise Pros. But we're going to start with the long distance starts. I'll zoom in here. I'll just let you keep your eyes on the targets, and I'll fire away. Dud, one long, another long. And my aiming point is dead center on the red target. Okay, I only hit it once or twice out of 10 shots. Okay, again, of course, Interceptor. That's what we're reviewing. Nerf Elites, these are brand new. I just opened them for now. And I have the modulus color scheme for the Elites. Again, that's orange tips with white bodies. I'm going to load and fire the Nerf Elites. One slight dud. Going a couple high. Let's hit the boom co target there. High again. Finally hit the target off the side. And again. Off to the right. Hit it. A little low. And that's all 10. Okay, again, still using the Interceptor. Got Nerf AccuStrikes. 10 shots on the target. We'll see how the Interceptor likes these. A little bit of a dud. There we go, a little high. I'm still aiming dead center. A little low. On target, and that's all 10. Now, I'm going to end up with 10 shots of the Precise Pro in the Interceptor here. I'll zoom in. And again, I'm going to focus on that top red target. Hit it. And again. And again. Dead center. And again. Close. And I'm out.
Okay, back after the firing, I'll let you see the range test, and then of course the target shooting, and you'll see the long distance darts that I got right over here. These things, they fly everywhere. They actually do provide some good range though. After the recorded firing test that I showed you on the range, I shot it, a neighbor shot it, and we actually, with a little bit more angle, I'd probably say about a 30 angle or so, we put another 5, 6, 7 magazines through it, and even a 20 shot magazine, and we got at least a third of our shots were pushing at 100 or further, with the furthest being a measured 115 foot shot. This thing packs a punch. Simple as that. Now, one thing I will say, if you fast pump it real fast, it has a slight dart feed issue if you're doing it real fast. If you're one of those people that just absolutely say you gotta go fast, gotta go fast, gotta go fast, once in a while you're going to notice the dart doesn't fit just right, and you will notice it flop out. I even had that happen during my target shooting. And all that has to do to solve that is do a nice smooth pump. Sure enough, it'll fire out good and true. Now, the 100-foot range is genuine. They put that on the box. Nerf puts that on theirs, of course. Nerf will say, they used to say 75, some say 90, and nobody can get anywhere close. My Retaliator, for instance, that's completely stock still, they say 75 feet ranges on most of them, and again, some say 90, but my Retaliator, it shoots typically around 60, 65 at best on a good day with a backwind, pushing from behind. This genuinely does get close there. I mean, it'll routinely fire at 85, 90 feet, and we had at least about a fourth or a third of our darts push to 100, push up to 100, or past 100 feet. That's awesome. I can't get around that enough and say that. Like I mentioned before, I might put an orange Modworks spring in it, but this thing is outperforming just about every single Nerf gun out there on the market right now, stock. at such a much lower price. And here's where it gets worse for a Nerf gun. This is so much cheaper than some of the new Springers. Like, this is under $20. And it's got way better ranges than the Nerf Raptor Strike, which I looked at and I actually didn't pick up because it's $50. I bought a whole bunch of the new Buzz Bee guns, and my total price of 4 new guns, well, blasters for those of you who are really picky, but all of them, all 4 new ones, cost me $50. And here's the funniest thing. Even the pistol I picked up shoots further. But on the Interceptor itself, and this will apply to the Thermal Hunter because they are the same gun, just different paint schemes, different accessories sent with them in the package. This does not have a thermal scope, it has other options with it. The Interceptor and Thermal Hunter, if this rings true and I just don't simply have a great one, if this is true for all, go get one. Simple opinion. Go get one. I will mention 2 gripes. This, I said it's strong enough for slinging, and it is. Be careful not to bump this release. I intended to epoxy it because Humans vs. Zombies running around like crazy. I have been on the run and actually bumped this accidentally with my hand like this and released my gun, and the blaster just fell straight to the ground, and I'm sitting here with a stock attached to a sling. That was because I accidentally bumped that with my hand. It's a picky thing, but I'm going to mention it. One other gripe. I don't find it uncomfortable, but that is a small grip. My pinky is just kind of out there. I don't find it uncomfortable, but when it comes to grips, I'm not picky as long as my hand is not genuinely cramped. Well, it's out in the open, and I'm just looking at it, and I don't have a whole lot to grab with my pinky, but I'm not uncomfortable. Your opinion may vary. Now, one other thing that I will show is these are Buzz Bee Magazines. They fit great into this blaster. Now, not all will. If I take, I'm looking on my wall here, if I take a Nerf drum or magazine, I have had to shave off the front little notch. Now I'm going to go and show you a quick little clip here over the workbench so you can see this. Okay, here we are at my workbench. I'm going to show you what I was mentioning just a second ago in the video. Normal Nerf magazines have a obvious ridge molded in all the way around. Now, the problem with, and I will call it a problem, it is a noticeable one, on the Interceptor is Nerf magazines will not actually push up far enough to engage. Well, let's look close. You'll see the issue is that lip. Now, one thing I have done is I took a typical razor knife and I trimmed out the mag well just a little bit, and then I took a little bit of sandpaper from sanding block and I smoothed it out, made it so my edges are nice and smooth. Now, I didn't go crazy. I didn't hacksaw everything around. I have seen one other person do that. I want to remain to where I have good structural integrity on the blaster itself here. So I left the mag well mostly alone, just trimmed out a bit. Now, that's trimmed out enough that all you have to do is, again, take a razor blade, trim off the corners and the front portion of that notch. See that? That notch is off. Let me go ahead so you can see that. Get my camera to focus properly. You see that? It's trimmed off nice and smooth. And I, again, took a sanding block and just simply gently sanded it down. I did this to all my personal magazines that I carry on myself. This is an 18 out of my loaner bin. It's not done yet, but as you can see the difference, one has an obvious notch sticking out and one is nice and smooth. The smooth one has zero problems in, it engages, and it's up there. Same thing, Nerf drums. This one still has the notch. It actually is engaging somewhat. I wouldn't trust it. So I took one of these others, and this is one of my personal drums. Up and in, I'm pulling on it. It feeds and fires. Quick little fix for the main problem of the Interceptor. And again, remember, this applies to the Thermal Hunter as well. Now I'll go back to my final conclusion. Okay, final conclusion on the Buzz Bee Interceptor. My simple opinion is the one little problem that I've showed you, the magwell issue, is easily fixed. It takes a total of maybe a minute for you to shave down the little lip on each Nerf magazine and sand it to a nice finish. It takes a few minutes to nicely, neatly trim out the excess plastic around the magwell interior. You don't have to go crazy and hack it up. Just trim a little bit off and the magazines will fit and release just fine. I mean, quite simply, it comes out just fine and smoothly, and like I showed you over there, doesn't affect the performance. When I showed you over there on the workbench, I can fit up any of them that I've trimmed. I can grab one of my other ones here. This is another one of my smoke ones, smoke black, right here. Fits fine, works well. Took me a total of just a few minutes to sit down and trim out that magwell, trim off the little lip on a number of my magazines that I carry on my personal mag pouch, and that's it. And now I have a couple of drums, a few of my personal magazines, and of course anything from Buzz Bee fits just fine. Still, I did not affect the smoothness of the performance of Buzz Bee products. I just simply made it accessible to use Nerf products better. Now, one other small gripe. I'm going to actually go to local sporting goods store and hunting supply store, and I'm going to get one of the, you can buy a accessory rubber butt plate pad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to epoxy it on to add a little length to this kind of short stock attachment. It's a little short, and for a few dollars I can go buy one of those. They're trimmed to fit. You trim them with a pair of shears or with a razor blade, and I'm going to epoxy it on, give myself a little extra length back here. It's the same thing, same problem as the Retaliator stock. They're just a little too short. And until somebody in the nice aftermarket company lines, say if a worker decides that they want to make Buzz Bee stock attachments that are longer, that'd be great. I love their products. But until then, I'm going to do it myself. But those things said, this thing outperforms gold standard springers like, say, a Retaliator or even my favorite Rampage in true performance. Now, other people may disagree. Some may say Nerf or nothing. I say I go with what's best, and for under $20, this literally beats out the competition in what you get value for a dollar and in shooting performance. So for me, I say go grab yourself a Buzz Bee Interceptor or Thermal Hunter, either or. Just you're choosing based on the accessories. And for a retail price of $19.95 at Kmart stores, I can't say this can be beat. I'm saying this right now is one of the best springers on the market for considering cost and value combined with performance. Mongoose Jake, giving an absolute thumbs up. Go buy this thing at your local Kmart. Get that huge package deal. $19.95. Interceptor, scope, stock, 2 magazines, 30 darts, and you're ready to compete. And if you're in a stock class Nerf battle, you're going to beat out most people who are carrying Nerf. Let them say Nerf or nothing. Just grab what works best. Mongoose Jake, signing out.